Hey, it is Jennifer J, the business system and automation specialist, coming to you to tell you tasks have gotten an upgrade in the Go High Level system. So let's get into it. I am going to show you what the upgrade is, how you can manage tasks, and how you can create a workflow to let your team know that a task in the system has been added to them. Okay? All right, let's get it. All right, so tasks now live in the contacts uh where contacts are. So it lives in the contacts module, and when you come into contacts, go up to the top and you'll see the task option. And so when you click on task, it may tell you that you need to get a new user interface. It may have a banner up here. What you need to do is to come on down here to settings, click on settings, go to labs, and turn on all of your lab toggles that you have available. Once you turn those on, you'll be able to just use the task. So when you come back, your task user interface will look like this. All right. So how do we manage these tasks? So as you see, I created this little task, create a video about tasks, right? And it's due for me tomorrow. And so you can see in the task module, you can toggle things from, okay, well, what's due today? None is due today. All right. What's overdue? What's upcoming? You can filter. So you can filter based off of the context or the due date, and you can filter off the assignee, right? So you can see like what did we task to whom. All right. So let's go into what do we need to do to create a automated task and a task notification. Now, if you're in here and you just want a task, you can do so. So you can create your title, put your description here, add the due date. If it's reoccurring, you can toggle this on and it'll be a reoccurring task. And then you could select if it's a task related to a contact in your system, you could select the contact here from the list, and then you can assign it to anyone in your team. Okay, so you can add tasks directly from here. They don't have to come from automation. But let's just talk about automation. So, a lot of times, as things happen in the system, you want to task someone based off of what it is. So let's just say someone fills out a form and you want to task someone to do something with that form, or you want to task them to follow up on the person, right? Or let's just talk about nurture series. So if you have someone going through a nurture series, meaning you're sending them automated emails that are meant to get them to take action, whether it's to purchase or schedule a call. And let's just say they get to the end of that nurture and they haven't taken action, and you want someone on your team to reach out, you can have it do a task. You can task. So we'll talk about tasks. So let's go into our automations. So I talked about the form. So let's do the form first. So form submitted, you have your workflow here, you have your trigger for your form, right? So once this form is submitted, you want to task someone on your team. So you can click on the plus button so it'll bring up our actions, our action menu, and we want to click on add task here, right? And so now we're adding a task. So what is the task? So the form is submitted. Let's just say, please uh put, I'm gonna do it based off of what I do. So please set up customers account with Oh, please set up customer's account, right? So then I'm going to say, I'm going to come into my description and I'm going to say, set up customer's account based on the form. And then normally I would say what the form is called, right? So let's just say ours is called Project Instructions Form Completed, right? Set up the customer's form based on the info, the information in the form. Okay, boom. Now I could come down here and you see we have the option to add our custom fields. So I can click on here and I could say contact, full name, and then I'll put email, and then I'll put phone number, and go from there, right? You get the gist. You can use the custom values here. I would even go here and put their name here, right? Just so the person will know. So now what I'm going to do is I'm assign this to whomever, right? I'm assign it to me. So it's assigned to me and I'm going to say it's due in 2 days, right? You could say it's due in 2 days. Now you see, you could say it's due now. It's due as soon as it comes through. You could see due in 1 day, right? So you can pick what you want based off of when you want it to be due. Okay, so it'll set that due date there for you. Now, let's just say you want it based off of a specific date. You can click the three dots here and you can change this to dynamic. And when you change it to dynamic, now you have the option to either input a date or base it off of a field, a custom value field, or you can go to contacts and do a custom field. So you have multiple options here, right? So let's just say I give you a prime example of where this will be good. If you're running webinars and you need someone to do something after a webinar, you can use that dynamic to task them based off of that webinar date, right? So pretty cool. So we'll click save, right? So we added our task. I really like to add tasks to Jennifer J. I'm really huge on naming, right? So we click save and we have our action, right? You turn your workflow on. When this form is submitted, it'll task that person. Okay. So now, what about notification? Because just this task going there will not notify that person. So let's go over and create a workflow that will notify the person that they have a task. Okay, so we'll just use this workflow here. It's nothing in there. So we create a new workflow, and let's just say I'm gonna say task notification workflow, right? And so you know that you can send notifications to Slack, you can send notifications to different programs, so you would set those up in here. But let's see what our trigger is going to be. So our trigger is going to be task added, right? So task added, and then we're going to say who the task was added to, right? So we could say assigned user is, and then we will put our name, right? So task added, and then we will put who the assignee is. So I'm going to say task added to Jennifer J. Well, what if I have multiple people that I need to select? So you can't select multiple people in here. Okay, you can only select one. what you would do is you would add another trigger and you would hit task added. You would filter out on the person and then you would select that person, right? And so then you say task added to Jennifer J. PVA, whatever I got there, right? And so don't forget to hit save. Ding. Now what you're going to do is if you have multiple people, your next step is going to be a if else condition. So you're going to do a if else. And you're going to do a if else because you want this to branch off of the person. So when you do the if else, come here to the first branch, click select, and your option is going to be workflow trigger. And then you're going to choose the operator is, and then you're going to choose the first one. Task added is Jennifer J. So what I like to do is change the branch name to whatever that trigger name is, right? And so we'll change that to Jennifer J. Then we'll change the other one. We'll add a branch to the next person. And this will be the case if you have multiple people on your team that you know you're going to be having these tasks added to. And so now we're going to hit condition. Well, just leave it. Save. Okay. And then I'm going to hit save again. So now we have our branches. So now if you don't have multiple people, it's only one person, you're going to follow these next steps. So we're going to click here and we're going to send an internal notification. Okay. Now you can do email, you could do text, right? So if you do email, you're going to say, new task added for, for Jennifer J, right? The heck is wrong with me? Okay. And then I would just say, hey, you have a new task. Please go to the task in context test. I do this for my people. Task and review. Right. Okay. And so what I'm also going to do is set not that, I'm sorry. I'm going to set the due date, right? So I'm going to say the task due date is here, right? And then I'm going to say, this is the task, right? And I may be nice and put the description so they can kind of have all of that, right? That's an email. Now, would you really want to put all of that in a text? That's up to you and your operations. So we'll have this task. Okay, new task added for blah 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 blah. What I also would like to do is put the date and time of when this happened. So I will put that and the time, right? AM PM. Boom. New task added. Oh, let's just say assign user. Okay. New task added. Boom. And so that's what you would do. And so what I would say here is task added email notification, right? And so if you want to do the same thing, you could do the same thing for text. So I would just copy action, put it here. I will go into here. And what I would do is grab this stuff, copy it, and then change this to text. And then just paste that in there and assign user. And so now it's task added SMS notification, or you could put text. and then hit save. And so it would be the same thing. And so then I would just copy these two over here and we're good, right? So that is how you do the task notification, and that is how you set up task. So make sure that you are using the task if you're using task, and this is how you use it. So if you like these videos, go ahead and like and subscribe to my channel. And if you want to know what is this amazing system you're using, it is Go High Level. Go ahead and check out the description. If you want to get Go High Level, the link is in the description. You can get a 30-day trial. And my name is Jennifer J. I am the Systems Queen, and I will see you guys in our next video.